Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Lane. If you want the top NFL headlines and in-depth NFL breakdowns from our insiders, then look no further than Zone Coverage. And it all starts right now. Let's kick things off by taking a look at tonight's Thursday night football matchup on Fox. It is a battle of the hopefuls trying to stay in the mix down in the desert. Both the Cardinals and the Broncos need to have a short memory after last week's losses. So, whose tide might turn tonight? Let's head to our Fox Sports studios with the breakdown.
A guy that I think's learning a lot from CC's guy, Larry Fitzgerald. That's Christian Kirk, rookie, high second-round pick. His last two games, he's really come onto the scene. 11 catches, $162, and a touchdown his last two games. He's turned into Rosen's favorite target with Larry dealing with a little bit of nagging injuries. Christian Kirk is my X factor.
Von Miller, like we saw some real leadership in this week's press conference. What y'all gonna do? Man, we're getting ready to go out there and kick their A. Well, no, write it down. All right, put a mic up here. Like, that's what's getting ready to happen. It starts with me. Sometimes that's the type of leadership that you need in the NFL locker room. He is going to make Josh Rosen nervous in the pocket tonight. Von Miller takes over this game.
It's going to be fun to see who gets the win in prime time. Now, I'm so excited to welcome in this week's guest, Antoine Cason, former NFL cornerback and the Chargers' first-round pick in 2008. Antoine, thanks for being here on Zone Coverage.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, we're going to get to your Chargers in just a little bit as we start our West Coast preview. But first, I want to start in the NFC West with the hottest team in the NFL and the only undefeated team, the Los Angeles Rams. Antoine, is there any team hotter or even more talented than the Rams right now?
Hotter, no. Talented? Question.
Maybe.
They feel like they have a lot of confidence with the coach, and that's what I see from when I watch them play. And they have fun.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about Todd Gurley, including our very own Mark Schlereth, who says it's time to put Gurley in the MVP conversation.
This guy leads the league right now, 11 total touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns, and he has been phenomenal, setting the pace of this offense with the Los Angeles Rams. And we think of this as a high-powered, high-potent scoring attack over the top in the passing game. It really comes down to this. They want to bludgeon you with Todd Gurley, and that's exactly what this team has done. Todd Gurley, amazing MVP candidate right now early in the season.
Okay, prediction time. Do the Rams keep rolling or do the 49ers shock the league?
I believe the Rams keep rolling.
All right, I'm going to agree with you on that one. All right, let's move on to the AFC West. The Chargers, a team you're very familiar with. They're going to take on the Titans this week. Now, if you think about it, they've only lost to the Rams and the Chiefs. So does this mean the Chargers are a top 3 team?
I don't believe the Chargers are a top 3 team yet. Let's continue to play football. Let's continue to do the things we've been doing. We have a good record. We're going into Tennessee. They play well at home. However, we're on a roll and we feel good about ourselves.
What adjustments have you seen them make that they're able to still be so successful applying pressure to the quarterback? And do you think they can keep that up this week against Mariota?
Yeah, they're playing well together. You still have Melvin Ingram doing things that he probably wouldn't have done earlier in his career. Just because you don't hear his name, he's still making double teams happen on him and letting everyone else on the defensive line make some plays.
Okay, and the Raiders, they do have a bye this week, but when you look at their performance that they had last week in London, we have to ask, what is going on with the Raiders? Well, Marcellus Wiley has his take.
When you give a coach a 10-year contract, $100 million, money in the bank, regardless of outcome, there are no expectations. So he comes in, he gets to gut the roster. He gets to go out there and look at guys and assess them in any way that they want to. John Gruden, he's so comfortable. He's so comfortable that he is actually distant from the outcome, and he's distant from how these players are really approaching the game. So until you change that dynamic, I don't think he's going to be able to reach his collective group.
Okay, Antoine, so do you agree with what Wiley is saying? Is John Gruden too comfortable? Is the coach to blame here for all the Raiders' problems?
Well, yes. I mean, you bring in a big-time coach. But I do believe that they're just getting prepared to be in Vegas. They're cutting the salaries, they're saving money, and they're getting ready for the Vegas push.
Okay, let's move to our final segment that we like to call the water cooler, where we're going to look at some of the top posts on social media. So check this one out. Conor McGregor hanging out at the Cowboys game, showing off, trying to throw the football. What do you think of his throwing style? People said it looked like Big Ben's.
Oh, it was terrible.
And now let's move to this next post from the Steelers game. This one tugs on your heartstrings. It makes you realize that it's really bigger than a game, the sign that says I just finished chemo. Did you ever have those moments as a player where you see that kind of thing from a fan?
You see those fans all the time, and it does. It touches your heart just because they're fighters.
And another heartfelt moment at the Steelers game, look at these pictures of Ryan Shazier walking a year after that spinal cord injury.
I have fortunate enough to know Ryan Shazier a little bit, and we have mutual friends, and just to be around him, you knew he was going to get back on his feet.
Great to see him there. Well, those were this week's top headlines, and that's going to do it for us here at Zone Coverage. Antoine, thank you so much for being here. I'm Lisa Lane. I'm going to see you next Thursday with all the top NFL headlines.